Hey guys, today I'm going to hopefully repot a plant, one of my newer Hoyas from its original soil into LECA. And this is the plant. I did an unboxing video where I showed you how this came. Let me see if I can get the name in here so that you can see it. HOYA ERYTHRINA. It's a really lovely little plant because the veining and the size of the leaves are just delightful. So I want to get this plant switched over to LECA because in my experience, Hoyas love being in the LECA. I just want to pause for a second and say I don't think that you need to use LECA for all plants. I don't think it's the only option that is good. But I think that for my circumstances, it works best for me because I was previously underwatering my plants chronically with the fear that I was going to overwater them and kill them. Well, before, they were surviving, but they weren't really growing well. So LECA, for me, it just helps me care for my plants better. Okay, before I unpot the plant, I'm going to briefly tell you what I'm going to do. First, I'm going to take it out of the soil, over the trash can, and knock off as much of the soil as I can. And then there's 3 stems in here, so I'm going to take each stem and kind of rub off more soil gently, trying not to damage the roots because I think these are fairly new cuttings. And then I will take the cuttings to the sink and rinse the roots and then kind of decide how much of the roots I'll leave on. Maybe I'll trim some, maybe I won't. It'll just depend on what I find. And then I will put the cuttings into the LECA, and I'll just go ahead and show you that. Something that I really like about buying these small starter plants is that it's really easy to remove all of the soil that it comes in. And this particular soil is not very chunky, so it's much easier to wash off than soil that has bark in it. I'm back with the cuttings, I'm not really sure what to call them, baby plants, that I rinsed the roots, and the roots were very brittle, and as I was trying to rinse the soil off of the roots, many of them were just breaking off right at the stem. So I thought that was interesting. I think that they probably just had a rough time through the shipment in the winter time, and then I might have let them go a little too long without watering. Or maybe this soya just has delicate roots, but I don't think that's quite the case. I think they just got too dry because there's lots of stringy roots where the sheath has been stripped from the root. But these will be fine. Just gonna pop them into the LECA and put it on a heating mat and kind of treat them as if they're fresh cuttings, and I think they'll do just fine. There's plenty of roots on there to where the stems will still be able to hydrate themselves, and the leaves are very hydrated right now, so there's nothing urgent about the situation. They'll be fine. This is the moment where I'm adjusting the stems and I accidentally snap the stem at the node because it was mushy inside and probably rotting. One of the leaves had fallen off of that stem anyway, so it wasn't a huge surprise that that happened. Thankfully, there's 3 more. Since I lost one of the stems, I decided to put this into a smaller pot, and I think I learned this trick from Doug from Vermont Hoyas. Check out his channel if you haven't seen it. But you just fill up a container so that the LECA is almost floating out of the pot, and then you can very gently put the stems into the pot with all of the LECA already in it, and it's a lot easier to arrange them without damaging the roots and trying to juggle 3 different stems while you're putting the balls in. It can be tricky. So I prefer this method when I can use it, and I decided to use it the second time I was doing this because it's more difficult with the smaller pot to get the balls in while holding 3 stems. So this is just, in my opinion, a more gentle way to put in cuttings that have some roots because you don't want to be too forceful with them. And here it is. I think these guys are going to do okay. Thanks for watching this so far. It wasn't a super exciting video, but hopefully somebody out there can benefit from something they've seen here. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll try to get back to them as soon as I can. Here's the plant on the seedling mat. This is where I put plants that are rooting, or if they seem like they need a little extra TLC, I just stick them on this mat to give them a boost for their root growth. Alright, thanks for watching this if you've gotten so far, and I will talk to you again soon.